Hey guys, right, 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm in the van, as you can see. More on the van later. Quick look. Started the insulation, the big insulated panels. Got a few of them done, a few up there done, a few along there. Got a few panels on the roof done. Down this side. And then I ran out, so I've got to get a little bit more. Anyway, I'm going to jump in the van and we are heading for Wales, and I'm going to pick up my trusty sidekick Gertrude on the way. So let's get stuck in.
Changing fast.
In the Welsh mountains again, basically just outside Festiniog, I think that's how you say it, Festiniog, on a ridiculous walk again, up a mountain track. You probably can't see it on camera. Oh, we just come around that corner. It's quite steep and I'm a bit out of practice with this. I ain't done this for a while, so yeah, I know I'm doing it. Never been here before, don't know nothing about the place really. All I know that this mine is huge, as you can tell by all this spoil that's come out the ground. Just millions of tons of it. It was basically mountains built from all this scrap slate that came up out the ground to create the tunnels. This is hard work. I need to get out more, get back into practice. I think we're near the top now. I hope. I can see another quite a big mountain in front of me. I just hope I haven't got to go up that. You see, so it probably doesn't look much on camera, but this is quite a steep slope. So here we are, walking, breathing like an asthmatic pit pony. A few short breaths away from an heart attack, but we'll be fine. Oh, I can see a level bit. It's getting level, which is good. Anyway, I'm going to get on with a bit more of the walk till we find something. Starting to see a few structures, which we'll have a good look round when we get to them. Right, got a bit further up. Apparently, I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? About, no, not there. Oh, I can't see through the camera. There's a pole sticking up there. We've got to get up to that. I'm looking through the camera. That looks like sort of flattish, but it's not. It's far from it. Anyway, look at this big void we've got here. Oh, the slate wall down there, and all the tracks, and you've got remnants of the buildings where they would have brought the slate down in the carts. Apparently there is more buildings up over the hill which we'll try and get to, but this is beautiful. Imagine all this that you're seeing here has come out the ground, so that sort of gives you an idea of the scale of the operation here and what we're possibly going to find when we find that tunnel and get in the mountain and go down. We'll just keep going as far as we can. Should be a good day. Right, we are near the top. It's quite a trek that was. Still no idea how we get inside. We'll just have a sort of a recce round and find that, but we have come up to the workshops, which looks really interesting. Check it out. Several buildings here, as you can see, but it's raining, which is quite nice because it's keeping me cool. But look at these workshops, they're quite big actually. So we're sort of guessing, you'll have to excuse the rain. Hold on, let me give you a wipe. Is that better? Probably not. It's pouring it down. These buildings look quite interesting. So this is like a big area at the top of the mountain. So this is where they would have processed a lot of the slate, cutting it to size, shaping, slitting and all that. This would have been an hive of activity back in the day. You know, guys working long hours in what probably would have been quite poor conditions, but I guess back then we're a tougher breed. We just got on with it to earn your crust, to support your family. But these look, I don't know if there's any sort of machinery left in there, we'll see, but they're huge buildings. We got the usual do not enter signs up, so obviously we're going to enter. Danger of death. Death. I think we're going this one first. I can see things in there. Got remnants of the rails. Would have brought the materials in. Wow. The old barra. What's left of it. Oh, this is awesome, look. Buildings are huge. Look at the size of the beams. Oh, there's the other bit of the barra. And someone's been tidying up all the idiots that come up here and dump their rubbish. Take your rubbish home with you. Don't hurt. Over here, you imagine this back in the day, the people, the guys slitting the slate, that was an art in itself. They was very precise with it as well. I do believe they got so much, the pay was basically down to how much they'd done, I do believe, back then. Got a bit of the old track there, the old belt system. Old jerry can here, look. Look at that. It's had an extra spout. It's had a slight modification, look. Some of the old belts. I don't know what this device is. Is it a transformer or something like that? I don't know. Look at that. It's quite a thing. This is the belts that would have brought the slate in or took the waste out. I'm not sure. Probably taking the waste out, I'd guess. It goes all the way down the shop, look, all the way to the end. We'll have a walk down there and have a look. There's a huge electric motor there. Yeah, I'd probably say it takes the waste out, because you can see waste here that's obviously fell off the belts over time. I guess the lines brought the slate in to be processed, because these lines go all the way down the shop as well, and then all the waste went out on that belt. That's helped create them big mounds that we've just walked up. Got all these little rooms here as well, look. The benches, so they're work benches. Got pulley systems in the roof that probably would have worked machines, because that's, I think we've got a bit of cut slate here, look. So I guess as time went on, we've gone from doing everything by hand to machines. A huge air tank over there, we're going to have a look at that. Look at the size of that pulley wheel up in the roof there. Look at that. That itself is beautiful. I'd have that outside my shed. Stunning. That is massive. Probably over a metre, that is. Look at the size of them. Huge. Let's take a look at this compressor. Look at that. You could just imagine the noise in here back in the day. The clatter, all the machinery going, the belts going, and the slate getting split. I guess your hearing wasn't too good when you'd finish your working life in here. The electric motors on here. Size of that. There's the old guard off it, look. Wow. Look at this. Oh, she still rotates, look. Nice. Tell you what, I bet you could have that working. A bit of a clean up, that'd still work. That's fantastic. Oh, see the scale of the shop. We're about probably halfway down it, if that. Let's go into the other half. In the next room then, what a fantastic bit of kit this is. Turner Bros, Newtown. So this machine would have sized the slate. As you can see here is a remnant that's been beautifully cut. So we think this would have sized the slate, and then it would have gone further on for splitting into what you'd see for roof tiles. And this is all driven from belts out the roof. Well, look at all this drive gear on the inside of the wheel. You nearly turn it. It's about as far as it goes. It's all still greased up. Yeah, what a cracking machine that is. What a brilliant workbench that would make. That'd be an awesome welding bench, wouldn't it? I wouldn't like to try and move that though. Right, just walked round the corner from that other machine, and one of the original slab wagons, look. Obviously the wheels are missing, you see where the wheels would have gone, but they would have had huge sections of slate stacked up on here, coming down these lines that we see here. That's, I wouldn't like to try and put an age on that, but it's definitely one of the original slab wagons. It's beautiful. It's a shame to see it here rotting away, really. You see here, look, we're in the middle of the big building now, the earlier part. You can see the line, how it came in through the building and round all along here, around there. It actually does a really tight bend round there, around the other side of the machine we was looking at earlier. And what a place. And look at the size of these pulley wheels here. The weight of these. Not sure if that would have been on the side of the machine or actually in the roof. It is huge. So we think this would have been some sort of cutter. So the slate would have come through on this table here, which is on tracks, over onto this section here. This motor would have driven a big cutting wheel, I guess, which would have been this side, and the slate come through, and this can roll across. Or would it gone under it? Probably gone under it. I guess the slate would have gone under here, and this would have had a big cutter on it, because you can sort of make out this would have gone up and down. So you've got like these gaiters here, which would have protected the rods here, the posts that it would have slid up and down on. Obviously they've gone slightly rusty now, so I'm not quite sure how they would have altered the height on that, but it definitely, by the look of it, would have gone up and down, cutting at different thicknesses, I guess. What we got here? Obviously that's a winch. That's a hell of a winch, isn't it? Electric winch. Put gearing in there. It's a shame to see it, really, isn't it? You imagine the hive of activity in here back in the day, and to see it like this, it's quite something. You see right down to the end of the sheds there, look, I'll give you an idea of the size of the place. We've got another building to go in a moment. Just hear the military jets over there in the distance. I don't know if you can pick that up. Do get a lot of military jets in Wales training. Right, I'm going to venture out of this building, see what else we got, see what other places we've got to go in. Just come into the building next to the one we've just been in now. It's more cutting tables. I guess all seized up. We've got to try, haven't we? Yeah, that's solid. There's huge pipe work up there, all rotting away. Not sure if that would have been some sort of later addition for extraction. There's a big motor up here, by the look of it. What would have been a huge fan in there, I guess, that goes to the outside. So I'm guessing that probably would have been extraction, because you imagine all the cutting of the slate in here and the dust in the air. Obviously these workers, health and safety weren't a thing back then at all. And all the dust in the air, they were breathing all that in. So many of them had quite serious health complaints with the lungs and everything later on in life. There's quite a few more smaller outbuildings that we're going to go and have a look in now. Let's go outside. I've removed my rucksack and we have just found the entrance to the mine. So we're going to do the buildings, have a look around the rest of the buildings, and then we'll be going in. That could be a part 2 because there's quite a few buildings to go around. There we go. We'll definitely be creeping in there in a bit. We got all these buildings out here, small one there. How beautifully made they are. Absolutely stunning. It just seems like a great waste. They're just lying here to go to rack and ruin. You know, all the slate's coming off. They obviously wasn't short for materials around here. Absolutely everything's built from the local slate. But look at the workmanship on the walls. It's just amazing. It's stunning. Obviously the buildings that stand forever. It's just the roofs that are suffering. It looks like some of them may have had fires, like this one at the end there. But the walls, they'll just stand there forever. Oh wow, got some remnants of stuff in here. Old watering can there, look. Bit beat up. They look like scales, probably ivory, I'd guess. Look a bit worse for wear now. They would have been beautiful. Everything was so well made. They just took care of everything. I mean, look, even right down to the post of the scales. Look at it. Just beautiful castings. Everything these days is just just mass produced. Make it fast, make it cheap, make it light, disposable. When it's broke, throw it away. All this stuff would have been maintained for years and years and years and years and years and just kept going. Not quite sure what all this is. Old radiator there. Oh, that looks like an old electric oil-filled radiator. I don't know what these are. They're huge wheels for something. There's quite a few of them. Look like wheels that would have ran cables. Even this building. It would be an absolute wonderful workshop for somebody. Right, let's have a mooch round the rest of them. Let's go in this one. What's in this one? Barrow wheel. Oh, storerooms. Wow. The storeman's office. Still got the desk there. Old oak desk. This one's that's much later. Quite modern that is actually. Air Defender. Right, what have we got in the stores? Anything left? Yeah, they're actually still stocked. All the bolts, look. Look at that. The bearings in this one. Here, bearings. Oh, wow. That's amazing. All different size nuts and bolts, look. All rotting away, what a shame. That's a modern security light, that is. Filters. This obviously was a rack for something. Purpose made rack for something. Let's have a stroll further down. This is what's left of the old gate, look. The old doors. The wood's long gone. The hinges are still standing. Look at that. Got a pulley here in the roof. What's in this one? It's like an old heater. It's like the boiler room, possibly. The old pulley up there. That's a good bit of chain, isn't it? Look at that. Little workshop. They weren't short of nuts and bolts, that's for sure. Look, it's obviously has been people up here trashing a bit of it. Oh, cracking old storage box. I guess that would have been or a new electric motor stored in there or something like that. Might have something stamped on it. Should have brought me light in here. Look at this. As graffiti goes, this is pretty cool. Dave, 1978, Suzuki GT 250. Awesome. Status quo. And there's all sorts of people scratched into the wall if you look closely. It's a bit dark up that end. Wonder if that would have been Dave's locker here. His locker stood here or something. He's obviously got hold of a proper stencil kit. (1978). That was the year I actually got my first motorbike. 1978. It wasn't a Suzuki GT250 though. This is just, yeah, your usual Vandals. Idris Jones. There's a Welsh name. 2012. Another one, 1982. Another Idris Jones. Right. Let's have a stroll through the other bits. Right, here we have, I guess, the power for the place. I guess this would have had levers and buttons in there to power different parts of the workshop up when it was modernised. We've got another wooden crate there. Through here, looks like we have remnants of the generator. Look at the size of this. That's a big electric motor. That is huge. Look at that. Power on, power off. Amazing. No one here. All the porcelains here, the electrical cables would have gone through. It's a shame that people have got to smash these things up, isn't it? Look at all these porcelains here. Yeah, I wouldn't have enjoyed it in here when all this was buzzing away at all. Look at these. Everything was so nice, wasn't it? Everything was just built pretty back in the day. These porcelains. At least two have survived. Someone smashed one of them. It's a big tank, isn't it? Look at all the riveting in here. Just everything was made so good. Wow, look at that. Like something you'd see on a Frankenstein movie. Quite a place. So yeah, I guess this building would have run the whole mine. Yeah, I wouldn't like to have been in here when all this was buzzing away at all. I don't like electric, especially some of this nature and this power. You can't see it coming, it just gets you. Bit of a machine shop. And I can hear running water coming from somewhere. I think it's running water. Look at this big old lathe. That is a monster. Look at that, all belt driven, look. The size of this thing. Your belts, all different speeds. What a shame though, it's all going to rack and ruin, all rotting away. I don't think I'd get that in the shed. Huge milling machine. Whew. Is that electric or belt driven? I think that one's electric. Is it? Oh no, it's belt driven, look. See the pulley at the back? Yeah, I think everything in here is belt driven. Richmond. machine. That looks like it's for chomping the slate, possibly. Look at that big chunk of material there. Oh no, it's hollow. Yeah, hollow and full of water. I thought that was going to be solid. That's where I can hear the water. I don't know if you can see that in the distance. Bit of a waterfall there. Another jerry can. Sometimes these are dated. Sometimes they're dated in the middle there. No, not this one. Oop. Bit rotten. Where's a big cutter, look. Ever so tall building, obviously to run all the pulleys. Big scary circular saw. I'll get your hand caught in there. Right, another storeroom. Look at the old boxes. It's all rotting away with the contents still in them. Rotting away as well. All these stacks of boxes on the shelves here. It's crazy. What we got here? Gelignite. Wow, I can see it now. I can see it actually. I can actually see it looking in the back of the camera better. Some gelignite boxes. Interesting. Obviously, then turned into storing nuts and bolts. So I guess that's possibly what all these boxes were then. The old gelignite. There's actually tons and tons of scrap metal in here. It's, you know, looking at all the machinery. Oh, the old rivets, look. Are they rivets? Yeah. Fantastic. I don't know if they would have all been the same size. They're all different sizes now. Are they rotting down to different sizes? Countersink rivet. Down dead rivet. These are all rivets too. All of them, all these boxes are rivets. Pin. Look at this. A big slate bed that is, look. So I just discovered this bit on the back of the machine. So it's obviously some sort of press for shaping, maybe. Would that come downwards? Can that move? Possibly. Oh, little Bakelite light switch, look. An old Bakelite switch, look at that. Still operates. Look at that. That's wonderful. Crabtree, made in England. Made in England, imagine that, eh? The roof's completely gone on this place. Right, on to the next, see what else we can find. Got an old Land Rover tub here, look. Looks like that's never had paint on it. Like it was new. How about that? Is that 110? Possibly 110 Land Rover. I'll say it looks like it's never had paint on it. Not much good now. You can probably see right down to the end of that one. You can see the lights in the middle there. Right, we've brought some facilities up to have a cup of tea, so we're going to do that now. I'm going to call this part one because that's took longer than what I thought. I weren't expecting this, all these buildings, which is quite nice to see. So in part two, we will be going down there. Cheers for watching, guys. It was one hell of a journey deep underground. Proper hard work that was.